right, so this is answering some homework questions on section 5.4a. This is number 18. You always start with writing the problem.
Yes, sir.
Write the problem. This is solve algebraically.
Yep.
Approximate the result to 4 decimal places. Number 18 says e to the x squared minus 3. That's very diabolical.
Yeah.
Equals e to the x minus 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is original
It was really crummy.
equation.
What's the problem with it? Can't you just take ln on both sides?
No,
No, you can just get
so
rid of
you
e.
can. You could do that, but then
Could.
we get x squared minus 3 equals x minus
minus
2.
2.
So, and then just solve the quadratic.
The reason that they didn't like it, that's what I said. We were in a call. They said.
So
that
that's
they didn't
one
like
strategy.
quadratic.
That's one strategy. Take ln of both sides. That's one strategy. The other strategy is what?
Both sides.
The 1-to-1.
1 to 1.
That's right.
What do I write for 1 to 1?
X squared
minus 3 equals x minus 2.
Equals x
Flow.
minus 2, and that's 1 to 1.
The quadratic's still there.
Yeah, either way. So
there's no way to
taking
get it.
ln, Donovan, taking ln of both sides lets you cancel this, and that gives you the next step. So actually 1 to 1 is just a shortcut for doing the algebraic step of taking log of both sides. So yes, either way gets you there. And then what do I do with this? X squared minus 3 equals x minus 2.
So you would just you want to have all your variables on one side.
All variables on one side. I want to have all the everything on one side.
Or
'cause
all the everything on one side.
I want to have all the everything. So how do I put all the everything on one side?
So you subtract x and then you would add 2.
I want to subtract x from both sides. I'm going to do one step at a time, because if I do more steps at a time, it can lead to confusion. So this gives me minus x. I didn't mean to write the minus x under that for any particular reason. It's just over here in general. X squared minus x minus 3 equals minus 2.
And you would add 2 to both sides.
We should just solve it.
And then I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And that gives me x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. And this is general form. What does general form mean?
Ax squared minus bx equals minus c or minus.
No, it's all plus.
Yeah,
Ax
plus.
squared.
So I can
plus
get
plus.
a from this, I can get b from this, and I can get c from this. But this is general form because it is written in decreasing order of exponents.
Yeah.
Right. So now that I have, Miles, you're being very distracting.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Now that I have it in general form, I could go straight to quadratic, and there's my a, b, and c. Or I could try to see if I can get a shortcut. Yeah.
I mean, like
Sure.
the main issue.
Shortcut is
Questions.
factoring, and I don't see a way to factor this. So let's go to quadratic.
I'm not sure.
So we need to write down the quadratic formula. Over here for my reason is use quadratic. What's the quadratic formula?
X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Right. So filling in for a, b, and c. Emily?
Yeah.
What's my next step?
You solve
Okay, how?
Like plug in the numbers, so you'll do
Let's do it.
-1,
Okay,
which is 1,
right,
plus or minus
Right.
square root -1 squared
which is
1
right.
minus 5
Don't skip steps.
plus 5.
Minus 4 times 1 times minus 1. Minus 4ac.
Plus 5.
No,
What?
no.
Oh, she's right.
I'm
No.
sorry, no, it would be plus 4, my beat. I have this on my computer, that's why.
Oh, no, she's doing it right. What are you
Um,
talking
Over.
Basically
Over
plus
2.
5.
Over 2. Don't skip
about?
steps.
Okay, no, Miles.
Look.
Stop talking.
Here we skipped a step, sort of. We did negative 1, and that was 1. And here we did -1 squared, which is 1. If you
look on
skip,
my computer,
if
I
you
didn't
skip
skip any
steps, make sure that you're getting it right.
Look, I have my homework from last
I don't recommend you skip steps.
Oh. Why are you doing odds?
I'd like to make a comment. You guys are having side conversations.
I did everything.
My comment is, it's better to not skip steps. Maybe it's better to say -1 and -1 squared, because we got away with it here, got the right answer, got away with it here, got the right answer, tried to skip steps here and got the wrong answer. So skipping steps is treacherous. It's dangerous. So now that we have everything written out in full, let's simplify. Now we're ready to say -1 is 1 plus or minus what? Donovan.
Who you talking to?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step?
Why are you not?
Square root 5. 4. 3.
I think he's saying take all the
Okay,
parentheses.
I was
and
jinxed,
smash
I'm sorry,
them
Mr.
together.
Shadle. You mix them together, but if you don't want you wanna see every step, right?
I want to see small steps. I want to see small steps
So I
because
can't
you're
just
more
say
likely to
five.
get small steps right. You're more likely to get a bunch of steps wrong.
So you don't want me to just say 5?
I don't want the
right?
answer. I want to add 2 things.
Okay, well, so you have 1. You have
1 because
already.
-1 squared is 1.
And can't I just do -4 times 1?
No, you can multiply all 3 of those together.
Oh, okay. I was seeing if you wanted like every single little step, but
So this is up to you, of course. So you're in charge of how many steps you skip, so this seems like a reasonable step that you're not likely to get wrong, -1 squared. And this seems like a step that you're not likely to get wrong. -1, -4 times -1 is
4
plus 4.
plus, yeah.
Plus 4 under the radical, and then over 2. Now we're ready for the next step.
Which winds up being your answer.
1 plus or minus
Square root of 5.
square root of 5 over 2. And then at this point we have to resort to the calculator. So what do you get when you put this in your calculator?
You get x equals 1.6180.
And here I'm approximating. So instead of equals, I'm going to say approximately equals what?
Approximately equals 1.6180
6.
or negative 0.6180.
Negative 0.6180. Zero.
Yeah.
So here's my 2 values of x. I'm going to write this down. So I'm going to say x equals approximately both times. X approximately equals these, and it's to the precision that I asked for. Did you check for a fifth? Did you check a 5th digit to see how it rounds?
It was like a 3.
It was.
I think it was a 4.
Yeah, here I have it in my calendar.
I'm just saying, did you check? If you checked,
Yeah, I did.
you're good.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 3. At least for the other one was 3, and the other were both 3. So never mind.
We've all heard your sneezes.
So these questions should be done in T-proof format, but you notice that like
Yeah, like
I'm labeling my log property, and I'm describing in general kind of what I'm doing. I mean, I'm describing what I'm doing, and then like my strategies. So I'm putting some stuff on there, but I'm not going to the step of saying, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
add. I'm not doing. So I'm opting not to do add to both sides. So I'm what I'm saying is you have a little bit of leeway here on labeling the important stuff, but I do want to see 2-column format. If it's obvious that you're doing very simple algebra, these things are optional. Very simple algebra steps are optional. Major strategies are stuff that you should put in there. If that's confusing, label every line. Do you want to see another one?
I have one more question.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I mean.
one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. Okay. It's 36, and
Okay.
the problem is 2 to the power of x plus 1.
I have it here in front of me. This is in the same category, so I'm not going to write the directions again. I'm just going to write my next problem. So number 36, and I am going to write the problem down. This is what I want you to do as well. Start with writing the problem. Is this the one you're asking about?
That's the one, yeah.
Okay, so
How do you get the same, like, base?
well, you don't. And don't forget this. This one is sometimes it says solve without using a calculator, and that's you're gonna have to, like, whatever your base is, you're gonna have to express something in terms of that base as an exponent. So that's a different strategy. For this, it's solve and express your answer to 4 decimal places. So at some point we're going to be using a calculator. So we're just going to choose natural log or log base 10 because we have that on our calculator. So maybe it looks confusing because if you had base 2 on both sides, you would do log base 2, right? Log base 2 of whatever. Or if you had e as a base on both sides, you would do natural log. So given that I only have log base 10 and natural log on my calculator, I'm going to choose natural log. So I'm going to start by saying, sorry, this is original equation. This is take natural log of both sides. So if I take the natural log of both sides, just doing that one step, what do I have, Miles?
you have log natural 2 to the x plus 1 equals log natural e to the 1 over, or 1 minus x.
Mm-hmm. And now I can simplify some stuff. Max, what would be my next step here?
Let's see, what I simplified the ln of e.
The ln e simplifies using what property?
I don't know, it's the same,
What property of logs?
the definition or something.
No.
Um,
These are inverses.
It's inverse.
These are inverses. That's
Yeah.
ln is log base e. Log base e of e to the whatever
It should
gives me what on the right side?
1 minus x.
1 minus x, and that was what property?
Inverse.
Inverse property. And then I have ln 2 to the x plus 1. What can I do next?
Can you pull out the x plus 1 to the outside?
No.
Do you want to put the x plus 1 in the front?
That's what I usually do.
What's that property called?
It's called exponent property.
It's not called exponent property.
Logarithm property.
Exponential.
It's not called exponent. It's not called exponential.
Inverse log.
Oh, wait,
What's
no,
it called?
It's a
No, wait.
product property.
Product means
No,
the
no.
that's
two
not
things.
power.
Power
It's
property.
X
Power
power
property.
property.
Product is things multiplied together.
Yeah.
Quotient is things in a ratio. Power is an exponent. It's just not called exponential
I
property.
get words with the same letters
But
and
you're
stuff.
you're thinking the right thing. But the thing is actually called
The power.
the power property. 2 plus 1.
And same done.
No, it's
Yes, it is.
not. No.
Tell me the difference.
It's called power property.
Wait, why'd you
Wait,
do?
why did you
Why'd
do
you do
2
2
plus
plus
1?
1?
Oh,
X plus.
x plus 1.
Don't touch me.
No, that is yours.
What did you do?
Then I divided by x plus 1.
I would not to x plus 1. I would not like to divide by x plus 1 at this point.
You
Uh,
want to distribute it,
I would like to distribute it. For what reason?
because then
Plus,
I had it.
So this is going to be distribute.
Yeah.
I do want to distribute at this point because what am I trying to do? Like, what am I trying to get at?
You're trying to
Isolate
get.
x.
Yeah, I'm trying to solve for x. So I want to get terms that contain x together on one side. So this is going to help me solve for x. So I'm going to distribute. What do I get when I distribute?
ln x plus. No.
What am I distributing?
X and plus 1.
Yeah, I'm distributing the ln2 into my parentheses.
Yeah. So then ln 2x.
No, it's not 2x.
ln 2 to the.
This is so if you have a
Yeah.
b plus c, what is that?
AB plus.
ab
plus,
plus ac. If I so this is written a little bit backwards. So this would be
Oh, it's inverse.
b plus c times a.
Oh, so it'd be ln.
So it would be ln 2
2
plus no, ln 2 x.
It's your shadle.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
X ln2. You said ln2x. Plus what? What, Mouse?
Well,
Plus ln2. My question was, is it valid if you divide, like if you go to where you wrote power property there and divide both sides by the natural log of 2, and then after that step do minus 1 so that you would get x equals 1 over x over log natural of 2 minus 1, and then solve that?
You're saying at this step?
No, one step below.
One step
If you
below?
divide everything by log natural of 2 first step, right? To get them out of the parentheses, right?
You want to divide both sides by ln2?
Yeah, and then you can subtract 1 from both sides. Is that also?
No, because when I divide by ln2, now I have to divide the entire right side by ln2.
Yeah, and then you subtract 1, and then you have. what?
Subtract 1? Subtracting
Oh,
1
X is
doesn't
on
do
the other
anything.
side, isn't it? Sorry, I
No.
forgot X is on the other.
I have
side.
x's on both sides. That's why I'm trying to get all these terms multiplied out, so I
Okay.
can collect terms that contain x.
Okay.
Right.
Wait, can you? No, you can't.
I'm trying to distribute. I've done the first one. What's the second one?
It stays as ln 2.
ln2 times 1. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't send.
Now my next strategy is I'm going to collect like terms. What does it look like when I collect like terms?
Can you do 2
What does like terms mean?
things that are the same? Or like
Yes, that's literally what it means,
Yeah.
but what like terms am I interested in here?
x
X and
and
ln 2.
ln 2.
No, terms that contain x and terms that don't contain x.
Oh.
So what am I like on the left side? I want terms with x.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a
Wait,
W.
but could we turn that just into right
And
side
I want
side?
terms without x.
So could
Wait.
you add X?
But,
So I want terms with x on the left side.
but couldn't we just subtract? Oh wait, no, because it's x times. So could we divide it?
So on the left side, I want terms with. So let's circle let's circle the terms with x, or let's highlight the terms with x. So I'm going to highlight terms with x.
Which is x.
What am I terms with x?
X times ln
X ln 2
And
2. And
one.
negative x.
and negative x. And what are my terms without x?
ln 2 and 1.
Ln 2 and 1. So I'm going to collect terms without x. I'm going to collect terms with x.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so-
subtract. Oh.
Okay, could you add x to both sides?
So I'm going to add x to both sides
And then subtract ln 2.
plus x, and I'm going to subtract ln 2. And now I have collected like terms. This is what I did here.
And then can you cancel out the ln 2s or not? Because one's negative, one's positive, and they're on opposite sides of the
You cannot do that between terms. That's only factors.
Could you,
Now it makes me.
Do you solve ln 2 and then add the x's?
Solve ln 2.
Yeah.
Put it in the calculator.
Yeah.
No. So as a strategy, you're not using the calculator until the very last step. Why?
Because it'll give you different.
oh, 'cause
It
it'll
gives you
get-
a different final answer. You're losing precision along the way every time you resort to the calculator and you give an approximate answer. So yes, I can get an approximate answer for ln 2, but I don't need to. I can. There's still stuff I can do to solve for x exactly, and then when I get to the very last step, I have an exact answer. I'm going to put that in the calculator and then put that to 4 decimal places without any loss of precision along the way. That's why I do it this way.
We need an x ungrouped from ln 2, right?
I need x ungrouped from ln 2. So what?
Can we divide both sides by ln 2?
No, that wouldn't do anything.
We divide it by x.
What does this do for me? I can't cancel anything. Can't cancel that. Can't cancel that. Doesn't work like that. Can't cancel terms. I can only cancel factors.
If we divide it by x, does that work? Because then.
But then x would be on the
Well,
other
yeah,
side.
then you can move it back over and it's not grouped with the ln 2.
Sort of, but sort of. You're thinking along the right lines. But I don't want to divide by x. I want to
Oh, you want
factor
to
out common terms. I want to factor out what these terms have in common.
So 2x.
So what would you do?
How would I solve for this?
What common-
Emily, how would I solve this for x?
What common terms are?
What's common between these first two terms?
X.
X.
Yeah.
X.
So
I'm only seeing X.
You're not seeing it? This has an X, this has an X.
Yeah, I'm seeing X on one side.
you
Right.
only need a factor using one side.
Right. Factoring out common terms is just like whatever I can do, like sort of locally.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it's on both sides. I'm saying it's
Wait a minute,
in.
couldn't you
It's in. I'm saying it's in both these terms.
Oh, it's multiple.
So how do I do it?
Group together the x's.
Emily, how do I factor out common terms?
I'm using.
Yeah. So what do I have?
You have x and
Can I hand you this?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help. How do I factor out?
Extra credit.
Please.
you do the thing with the 2 parentheses and
Okay, so I'm going to put parentheses where? Tell me what to write, and I'll do it if it's right.
I'll do it if it's right.
That's how that works.
And if it's wrong,
well, there would be x on both things. So it'd be
There's x in both terms, yes.
yeah, but you do like parentheses x
Parentheses x.
parentheses.
and then like leave
Do you mean
a
x
space.
parentheses?
Yeah, x parentheses.
Oh yeah. Sorry, do that.
X parentheses.
ln.
Close parentheses.
Parentheses plus x
This is x.
Plus.
plus 1.
Yeah, plus 1. So if I undo this,
Yeah, you're gonna get that.
I'll get x ln 2 plus x. I'll get it back if I distribute the x. Factoring is just the opposite direction from distributing. Right. And then this is still 1 minus ln 2, and this is factor out x, and now,
You divide
D-
by,
yeah, I could solve for x now. I'm really close.
Divide
you divide by ln 2 plus 1.
Right.
and x equals 1 minus ln 2 over.
Now I have x in a closed form. X equals, huh?
Never mind, never mind.
So now I can put this in my calculator and get it to 4 decimal places. So what's that? What does this equal? I don't see calculators out. Jordan, where's your calculator?
Right here.
Oh, can you put it in?
Sure.
Lily, where are you on your laptop?
I'm using Desmos because I don't have my calculator.
Where's your calculator?
Miles, where's your calculator?
Not with me.
1 minus this
Hopefully in my backpack.
I have to invite you by name. Everyone have your calculator out during class.
divided by
Emily, are you doing this?
0.
Yep, I see your calculator.
2793.
So what is it?
0.279.
That's not what I got.
I got 1.442.
I didn't get that
Seven.
either. I got 0.18.
Oh my god, I messed up my
1, 2,
parentheses.
3.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
0.121.812.
That's
You
correct.
get
Yeah.
0.1812.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miles, what do you get?
I'm
Donovan, what'd you get?
I hate when you mess with one.
Please hold on.
You type.
I think I did something wrong.
I accidentally added the 1 and the 2
Right,
together and it was ln3.
right.
Bro, I added one extra parentheses and my thing crashed.
Yeah.
0.18.
See, that's what I put in mine and it said I was wrong.
Miles, what'd you get?
0.1812.
And you checked for a 5th decimal?
I keep getting 1.4.
Yes.
Wait, so is
That's
LN2 separated from the +1? Or are they together?
So if I was wanting to do ln3, this would not be correct. I would have to write it this way.
Okay.
If without the parentheses, this means the natural log is
Wait a
of the
minute.
2 and the 1 is separate.
Okay. So then that
I
gives
got
you, I
0.181.
got 0.5, 0.5906.
Nope, still no. Emily, what'd you get?
What's
I got.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Shoot, I deleted it.
How am I
I
My
got like
calculator required an extra set of
0.181.
parentheses. But I got 0.181.
Yes, you can put in extra parentheses if you need to.
Can we
Jordan, how are we putting this in?
I don't even know, but I got it right.
No, how are we putting this in?
I mean,
Parentheses
sure.
1 minus
I can just tell you.
Tell me.
Parentheses
You're copying my calculator.
1. LN. I had to lock my fault. 2. Of 2. Parentheses. Divided by parentheses. Natural log 2 of 2. And then parentheses. Okay, there you go. Plus 1 parentheses.
I'm doing this to 4 decimal places, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Check the 5th for rounding.
You get 0.1812.
Right.
Go back to notes. What did you do with the
All right, what's the last one, Lily?
Can we do number 20?
Number 20. Same problem set, don't have to write the instructions. All right, where do you want to start?
Original equation.
Yeah, so this is, first one is the original equation. And then divide by 4.
Yeah, you can divide. Yeah, that's what it is.
To me, this is an obvious algebraic step. I'm going to choose not to label this one. It's very clear what we did and why.
You take ln of both sides.
Oh, okay, I got it, yeah. I started it really wrong. That's what happened.
I got 2.01. Oh wait, yeah, they're going to
I wrote,
And I'm gonna need to put that in my calculator.
And then I think there's one that Donovan wanted to do.
What's your question, Donovan?
I think it's 26, but let me check.
26. Is that the 8 to the minus 2 minus x?
It's page 397.
Alright,
Was it number 26?
no, I think I got 26 now. It was. I think it was 28.
I almost had it.
This one?
Yeah.
Always start with the original question.
Divide by 8. First you divide by 8.
Okay, so I'm gonna divide by 8, and I'm gonna say that that's obvious what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna label that part, but you can if you want to.
Take log base 3 of each side.
So I'm actually not going to do that because I'm not trying to solve this without a calculator. This one I'm estimating the answer, so I'm gonna choose natural log or log base 10.
Alright, I
Why
didn't
not
log
take
base.
log base 3?
Can you do log base 6 for me?
Because when I
Log
get
base 3.
You do log base 3.
Sorry.
because if I do log base 3 of both sides,
Why not?
then I'm gonna get 6 minus x equals log base 3 of 5.
And then
I'm gonna get x equals 6 minus log base 3 of 5,
Yeah.
and then
It's simple. No.
how?
6 minus log base 3 of 5.
6 minus log base 3 of 5 is what I had before.
Equals x.
That's what I already had.
and then plug it in your calculator.
I don't have log base 3 in my calculator.
You change the base. Change the base for you.
Okay, and that's what?
So,
Log 5 over log 3.
And that equals what? And that approximately equals what?
Let me see.
Wait, on the logs, is that a 3 or a y?
Where?
For the logs, oh, it's log base 3, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing log base 3. I was gonna do natural log or log base 10, but
And then you get.
I'll do it too.
You type it in just to make sure I got it.
4.5.
You got 4.5.
4.5.
4.5350.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
Yep. So this is change of A's.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's.
I mean, like, it's not really problem.
Some of them are pretty bad. It's just that
But I mean,
they're like really long.
they're tenuous.
This is they're tedious.
Like, really
This
long.
is I mean your algebraic skills are just skyrocketing now because you're doing stuff that's really on the surface of it looks really difficult, but it is very practical in science and engineering and in future math classes. So this is really good
I'm
work.
not, because now when I look at it, it's not really that hard. It's just that you're combining a bunch of other algebra skills into like
You
this
are.
now what you do
Because
for-
now you have high
And I
level
was also worried I was.
because now you have high level algebra skills.
And I was also worried that I was doing stuff wrong. It's like I was checking things,
Yeah.
and typing different answers, and I was like, this doesn't make sense.
44, which is like that's a